They say justice is blind. But in Norwood City, justice had a price, and the Harringtons could afford it. They were the perfect American family, wealth, influence, and a name that echoed in every political circle. Senator Richard Harrington, beloved by the press. His wife, elegant and untouchable. And their only son, Ethan, the charming face of a dynasty built on control. But when the line between privilege and crime blurred, the empire began to rot from within. Beat pause. This is the story of power, silence, and one woman's fight to be heard. Soft classical music, champagne glasses clinking. The Harrington Charity Gala, the event of the year. Cameras flashed, politicians smiled, the city's elite dined beneath chandeliers worth more than most houses. And somewhere between the laughter and the speeches, stood Clara Benson, a 23-year-old catering assistant. She wasn't supposed to be noticed, just serve, smile, and stay invisible. But Ethan noticed her. Ethan, smoothly, you look far too beautiful to be serving drinks. Clara, shy laugh, just doing my job, sir. Ethan, then let me make it worth your while. That smile, the one everyone called charming, would haunt her forever. Hours later, after the guests had gone, Clara found herself in one of the guest suites upstairs. Her dress torn. Her body bruised. Her voice, gone. The next morning, she made the bravest decision of her life. She went to the police. The officer on duty stopped writing the moment he heard the name. Officer, Ethan Harrington? You sure about that? Clara, I wouldn't forget his face. He nodded slowly. Then the tone changed. The questions turned sharper. By the next day, her report had vanished from the system. Evidence, gone. Witness statement, gone. But whispers started spreading. The Harringtons knew. And they were furious. Interior, Senator Harrington's study, heavy Senator silence, Harrington, ticking coldly clock. You've embarrassed this family, Ethan. Ethan, it was just a misunderstanding. Senator, misunderstandings don't end up on police reports. Ethan, smirking, don't worry. You'll make it disappear. The senator's jaw clenched. And he did exactly that. Lawyers called favors. Detectives were reassigned. The chief of police received a generous donation. The system bent, just as it always had. But not everyone stayed quiet. Detective Aisha Grant had been on duty when Clara's original statement was filed. She noticed the deletion. And she didn't believe in coincidences. Aisha, to partner they erased her. But I'll find her again. Clara's life unraveled like a frayed ribbon. She lost her job. Her landlord received anonymous calls. Her family business was audited. One night, a black car waited outside her house. A voice hissed from the dark. Voice, walk away, Miss Benson. For your own good. She ran inside, heart pounding, locked the door, trembling. But fear turned into fury. She contacted Lena Ortega, a journalist known for exposing political scandals. Clara, they erased my report. Lena, then we'll make the world hear it louder. They started digging, following money trails, phone records, deleted files. Every clue pointed back to the same place, the Harrington Foundation's private accounts. And at the top, Ethan's signature. Detective Aisha's persistence paid off. A maintenance worker from the gala came forward anonymously. He'd seen Ethan escort Clara upstairs. He'd heard shouting, then silence. But when Aisha called him for a formal statement, his number was disconnected. 3 days later, his body was found near the docks. Accidental drowning, the report said. Aisha, whispering, they're cleaning house. Still, she pressed on. And so did Lena. Soon, the story broke, the Harrington cover-up, wealth, power, and a silenced victim. Protests erupted. The public demanded answers. But the Harrington machine responded fast. Senator Harrington, on TV, these allegations are politically motivated. My son is innocent. We will not be intimidated by lies. Behind the cameras, his lawyers were already preparing defamation suits against the paper. Amid the chaos, a new voice emerged. Rosa Morales, the Harringtons' longtime housekeeper. She told Aisha she'd cleaned Ethan's clothes the night of the gala. His white shirt had faint red stains near the collar. She'd kept it, hidden in a box under her bed. Her conscience couldn't bear the weight anymore. Rosa, I prayed every night. Maybe this will give that girl peace. The shirt was sent to the lab. DNA tests confirmed it, Clara's blood. Finally, proof. Aisha prepared the arrest warrant. The media swarmed the courthouse. It felt like justice was finally within reach. Then, the lab caught fire. Evidence destroyed. And Rosa? Gone. No trace. Sound, flames, sirens, chaos. Clara was dragged into court as the accused. The Harrington lawyers filed defamation charges, painting her as unstable and attention-seeking. Ethan, to press she wanted money. I refused. Now she wants revenge. Clara sat silently, tears in her eyes, watching a courtroom applaud the man who broke her. Even Lena's articles were buried under a wave of fact checks funded by Harrington's donors. Aisha was demoted. And the case was officially closed. Unsolved. Clara, softly to Lena, they took everything from me. Lena, not everything. You still have the truth. Months later, Senator Harrington won the governorship in a landslide. Ethan left the country for treatment, but photographs surfaced, luxury resorts, yachts, laughter. The system had done its job. Clara left Norwood. Lena moved to another paper. Aisha resigned. It seemed like the Harringtons had buried the past forever. Music softens, reflective, sorrowful tone. But truth has a way of breathing through the cracks. A new governor took office, one who campaigned on justice reform. An internal audit began reviewing old corruption cases. A young intern stumbled across an unlabeled envelope in the archives of the police department. Inside, a flash drive. On it, the original DNA report. Unaltered. Dated before the fire. It matched Ethan Harrington. Within weeks, an arrest warrant was issued. The story exploded again. Justice returns for Clara Benson. Ethan was extradited from Europe. This time, there were no favors left to call. In the courtroom, Clara sat quietly, older now, stronger. The man who once smirked at her now trembled in an orange jumpsuit. Prosecutor, do you deny assaulting Clara Benson on the night of the Harrington Gala? Ethan, voice shaking. I don't remember. He was convicted on all counts. Senator Harrington resigned within days, citing health reasons. His empire, dismantled. As cameras flashed, Clara walked out of the courthouse into the sunlight. Reporters shouted questions. She said only one thing. Clara, money can buy silence, but not truth. Voiceover, calm and reflective, the Harrington dynasty had everything: influence, wealth, legacy. But in the end, it was all built on lies. Because justice can sleep, but it never dies. And as history always reminds us, if you do the crime, no amount of power can keep you from doing the time.